When looking at adding and subtracting fractions, the most important thing to remember is that we have a common denominator. We need this so that we are adding up pieces that are the same size. Okay, that's the rationale, that's the thinking behind that. So we're going to start today by adding 2/3 plus 1/5. If you think back to when we did this, I like to start with a 4 square so that we can keep our work nice and neat. Okay, in the first square, we're going to rewrite our equation. So we have 2/3 plus 1/5. And we do not have an answer yet because we still don't have the same denominator. When finding a common denominator, I like to skip count to find the multiple that they have in common. So what that means is if we skip count by 3s and then skip count by 5s, they will have at least one number that is the same. So in this square over here, I like to skip count by my denominators until we find a denominator in common. So we're going to start with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Okay, so those are my 3s. Now we can skip count by 5s. We will start with 5, then 10, 15, and 20. So when we look across both rows, we will find a number that they both have in common, right? Common denominator. So when I look across my 3s, I see 15. And when I look across my 5s, I see 15. So we know that is our common denominator. So we're going to rewrite our equation again. This time we're going to stack it so that we can write equivalent fractions that equal the same amount, but they will have the same denominator. Okay, so we know that our denominator is 15. So I'm going to start by writing that for both of them. Now I'm going to use the skip counting I already did to tell me what I have to multiply my 3 by to get 15. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 times 5 equals 15. So I'm going to multiply my denominator by 5. That gives me 15. If I do something to my denominator, I have to do it to my numerator so that my fractions stay equal. So 2 times 5 equals 10. So 2/3 equals 10/15. Okay, so now we're going to find the equivalent fraction for 1/5, but using the denominator of 15. So I can use my skip counting again. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 5 will, 5 times 3 will give me 15. We can really do it either way, but let's say it the way we're writing it. So 5 times 3 equals 15. If I do it to my denominator, I have to do it to my numerator. So 1 times 3 equals 3. Now we can add. So just to make things easy, we're going to add 10 plus 3. Remember, our denominator stays the same. So if I have 10 plus 3, that gives me 13. And my denominator will stay the same. So I will have 13 fifteenths. Okay, I probably would have rewritten it here. So 10 fifteenths plus 3 fifteenths equals 13 fifteenths. It is a regular fraction, so I don't have to change it into a mixed number. I just have to remember to make sure I write my answer in the proper place, or put a label on it if it were a word problem, etc.